into the death of. But hearing how disappointing the inquest was yesterday, I decided to speak out on a number of points. At the time, in Tenerife, I undertook a detailed assessment and brief investigation. I was given access to the family and traced and spoke to key witnesses who were with Jay during his holiday, and in particular on the evening and on the morning of when he was last seen. I've interviewed all the key witnesses except one person. All interviews were recorded, and I still have them, and all the evidence and documentation and pictures that I collected at the time, I still have. First, my thoughts remain with Debbie and the family, especially at this time when they have told how poor the police investigation has been. As a family of a loved one who has died requiring a police investigation, all they want to know is that that investigation has been thorough, has spoken to all the witnesses, been detailed, and crucially, they have retained and collected all key evidence that relates to that investigation. The evidence now about the watch and the knives that I first reported about, but heavily criticised on, has been shown to be true and is confirmed as being accurate and evidentially supported. I can confirm that although Jay was pictured with 2 knives in his waist when he stood on the steps of that rental, the knives, as I'm told, were not found with him, and crucially, the knives, I'm told, were still in that apartment. So they didn't leave that property when he left. I note the police have been unable to find Lucy Law to attend the hearing. I have many recordings and conversations with Lucy, who fully cooperated right from the very beginning and helped me piece together the events of that evening and of the morning when Jay left. But the most important witness the police have also been unable to trace is Ayub Qasim and Steve Rokas. I never spoke to Rokas, but I did track down Ayub and had a number of detailed conversations with him, all of them recorded. I put to him many questions and he answered them. I also have other information about him. I also have WhatsApp conversations with him. And it's from Ayub that I have some very crucial evidence that has not yet been made public and does provide, I believe, greater context as to why Jay left that property on that morning and took the decision to walk. And to add to the questionable quality of the police investigation, one important image relating to the watch being stolen apparently has now been deleted by the police. I've kept every image relating to both the watch and the knives and other series of communication. Debbie was asked yesterday, was she happy for the statements of Ayub and Rokas to be read out? And she said, no, I want them to attend court. Quite rightly so. I think it's fair to say that after yesterday's hearing, the family will feel disappointed and certainly does not leave one with the view that the police investigation has been both thorough and meticulous. At the time, I offered all my evidence to the Spanish police, but they never responded. And I remain happy to share everything I have with them. Equally, I'm happy to share all my information with Lancashire police, although obviously this was a Spanish police-led investigation, not a British. My thoughts remain with Jay's family. Whilst I took a great deal of criticism throughout my coverage of the case, looking back, it's clear now that the evidence come out of court, and in particular with regards to pathologists, that sadly it was a tragic accident. There was no third-party involvement, which I was very clear to make an assessment on in the very early days. So, a tragic accident, and my thoughts